Actor Chiyan Vikram said if we appreciate the pyramids of Egypt, then why don't we appreciate the temples built by the Cholas? Ponniyin Selvan is truly the talk of the town, and why not? The film has been in anticipation for many years and has been made with a budget of a whopping 500 crore rupees. But who exactly are the Cholas? And besides the two mandatory chapters in our 6th standard NCERT textbook, why don't we talk about them enough? Before heading into the rich history about one of the most glorious kingdoms of our country, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for instant updates.
We all talk about the pyramids and how could they have possibly built it? How did they do it so many years ago? But do you know that in India we have so many temples, but the one with the highest Gopuram is there in Tanjavur, which is where the Chola Dynasty had happened. And
Indian history for some reason has always been seen through the lens of a handful of kingdoms. Although the literature present is almost equal about the Mauryans, the Guptas, the Mughals, Marathas, Cholas and even the independence movement, the propagation of the same is highly one-dimensional and selective. Known for their sheer bold nature of politics and shrewd way of administration, the Cholas from the current-day Tamil Nadu made their way into the present-day Sri Lanka and most parts of Southeast Asia thanks to their ambitious rulers. The roots of the Cholas could be traced back to 300 BCE or even before that. The kingdom was restricted to a small part of southern India back then. Although it played sort of a second fiddle to the Pallavas in the same region, the fall of the latter accelerated the growth of the Cholas in the ending of the ancient period. Coupled with their geographical location wherein the ports served as a major strength to them and their unique methods of administration made them extremely popular amongst the masses. After the fall of the Pallavas in around 800 BCE, the Cholas, starting from Tanjavur, took over the majority of this region. The next few decades saw the magnetic rise of not just one of the biggest kingdoms of India but also the development of the region, the Tamil culture, the ways of administration and the general well-being of the people. One could look at the early years of the Chola dynasty and think about of it being potentially one of the first kingdoms to bring in a fluid administrative system for the people. Rajendra Chola I is an important name while recording the history of the Cholas. It was his action that sent ripples to the far southeast part of the Asian continent. By taking on the close-by kingdoms like that of Pandyas, Cheras and the others, they potentially became the center of power in the modern-day South India and even in Sri Lanka. Soon after being crowned as the king, Rajendra Chola I expanded the kingdom to the whole of South India, including the Malabar coast, the Telugu states and the whole of Sri Lanka. In 1023 CE, Rajendran and his never-ending ambitions gained good results for the kingdom. Through the land of Kalinga, the banks of the Ganga and the state of Bengal, he defeated the Pala kingdom as well. But what was the reason for Cholas to go so far? Was it mere imperialism or something more? India with its peninsular location has always been the center of world trade, considering that the majority of the trade would take place via sea routes. By gaining military control over the majority of the peninsula, Rajendran made sure that the kingdom would be in a position to dictate the trade from one of the most crucial parts of the world. Our competition to the Cholas was Sri Vijaya from the Southeast Asian region. The changes in the geopolitics, the rise of the Song dynasty and the changes in shipbuilding technology had made several things in this equation which until now seemed extremely lateral. Sri Vijaya posed as a great threat to the Cholas as far as the single more profitable region of South Asia. With helping of Orang Loth, a group of aboriginals who pirated the ships passing through the regions, Sri Vijaya effectively caused problems to the Cholas. However, Cholas were too powerful for Sri Vijaya to mess this up. After an alliance with the present-day Cambodia, the inevitable war actually happened with Sri Vijaya. Rajendran, with his military acumen, played smartly and outwitted that ruler. The war lasted for more than a few months. Cholas thus became one of the most powerful and if not the most powerful dynasty in the greater part of the continent, which a lot of people do not know about. What started as a kingdom in southern India ended up being the cause of annexation of South Asia. The Cholas did not become complacent as they actively took part in the southeastern politics and rose as a soft power by dominating the trade in the commercial centers of South China. The military rise was coupled with diplomatic rise as Cholas sent their envoys to all major commercial and military centers in that region. If there is a rise and growth of the Hindu culture in the regions of Southeast Asia, it can all be attributed to the Cholas and their contribution. In the ancient time as well, the Cholas were one of the Sangam kingdoms known for their highly urbanized setting and development of Tamil literature. The film Ponniyin Selvan is not exactly a true story coming from the Cholas, but it's also based on several incidents that happened in the Chola kingdom and were all documented in a fictional novel written by an author named Kalki Krishnamurti. Nevertheless, the film tries to convey the greatness of this kingdom, their contributions to Indian culture, and talking about the international relations that India had back in the ancient and the medieval period. Well, the war has ensued between the Telugu and the Tamil fans talking about which film is bigger, if it was Bahubali or the Ponniyin Selvan. But the fact of the matter is, Indian film and the Indian film industry is growing leaps and bounds, irrespective of which language the film is coming from. Do let us know what more you want us to cover in this short form video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you share it with your friends and let us know what you feel about Mani Ratnam's Ponniyin Selvan in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.